So you know who is still making a push to have a question added to the U.S. Census, asking people if they're U.S. citizens. And here's what Speaker Nancy Pelosi says he's really up to.
This is about keeping, make America, this hat, make America white again. They want to make sure that people, certain people, are counted. It's really disgraceful. And it's not what our founders had in mind.
So, and Attorney William Barr, General Attorney William Barr, says he's found a way to get the question on the census. And the question is, should it be there?
Well, it helps the Republicans, doesn't it? If you don't count illegal people here, or people who are not citizens. In other words, there's something about the districting and the way the Congress will then be set up. Am I right?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, but that helps the Republicans. The Electoral College helps the Republicans. The gerrymandering helps the Republicans. Gutting the Voting Rights Act helps the Republicans. So they would like to make the country a Republican country without any competition. That's basically what they're doing. And we're watching this, as Bill Maher calls it, a slow-moving coup, which I think that's correct. It's not that slow.
I did mention that a couple of weeks ago.
Did you say that?
Yeah, I did.
I thought I heard it someplace.
But is it, because John Roberts, Chief Justice John Roberts, the Supreme Court sort of said, hey, listen, you guys have not been upfront about what you've been doing. He says there was a significant mismatch between the decision Wilbur Ross, who wrote this, and the rationale that he provided, and that was his reasoning.
It should trick us. I think that if they actually put this out there, we should all not answer it. All of us who are citizens, who are Americans,
you're
who are
fined
just
if you
don't
do.
answer it at all and see what happens.
You will be fined $5,000 to $10,000.
It was an accident. I forgot. I overlooked it.
Well, I don't think the average American can afford 10 grand. I mean, it's illegal.
They can't put all of us in jail. We're a lot. We're about 200-some-odd million people in this country. We all did it. Lock us all up.
And the proposed question, if you look at the actually proposed questionnaire, it really looks odd. It's like, yes, I'm a U.S. citizen. Yes, I'm a U.S. citizen, but born in Puerto Rico. Really?
Yes.
Yes, I'm a U.S. citizen,
and
born
the U.S.
abroad.
Virgin Islands, or the Northern
And then it's
Marianas.
like, yes, born abroad of U.S. citizen parents. Yes, U.S. citizen of naturalization, which would be my husband. No, not a U.S. citizen.
It's a prejudicial question.
It's a really odd question, and to your point, I think it's done for political consequences. It's done to gerrymander. It's done so that the Republicans can get more electoral college votes.
And you also know that people, when asked about this, have said that they didn't really want it, that they felt the census was fine. So the idea that he's going to make a presidential thing that allows him to add it on.
An order? An executive order?
I think that was one of the things he was floating. And then Barr said, no, I figured out a way to put it on there.
Yeah, well, isn't Trump embarrassed that he really can't win legitimately? He should be embarrassed. The Russians help him. Gerrymandering helps him. Getting rid of all these voting rights helps him. Stopping people from voting, making the line so long that you can't even vote. We're all working to get the nominee in the Democratic Party out there, right, to go against him. And we're working for 2 years now. And then we vote on one
Americans, listen, this is what I know. When Americans are tired of you, you're gone. This is what I've seen. They vote you out when they're done. Now, I'm a big proponent of going back to paper ballots because you can't, it's hard to hack a paper ballot. You have to come to my house to hack my ballot.
Well, also, there's proof. There's proof of the vote.
But there's also, I want it to be harder to hack me. I want it to be hard. I want the guy to have to break into the building again. I miss those days.
A lot of people are supportive of paper ballots.
I'm a big paper ballot kind of girl.
We haven't even done anything to stop the Russians this time. McConnell keeps...
Did you not hear? The Russians said they're not going to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll be right back.